Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. This is another in the series Play It Safe, solo print and play games to enjoy during this time of isolation and social distancing. This time I'm having a look at a game that has travelled across to the retail side of our hobby, but you can still get it as a free print and play download. It is Airborne in my pocket. Now, as I say, the full retail version is available. We'll be looking at the print and play version, and I'll leave links to that and the full retail version in the description. The one downside to this print and play game is there's a lot of files, there's a lot of expansions, a lot of game for free. So bear that in mind if your poor old printer's on its last legs. But I'm going to start off with just the basic game, and that requires 6 files to be downloaded, which will contain things like the event cards, the location tiles, outside and inside, the basic game item tiles, and if you wish, one of those to sort of keep track of what's going on. And I've also just printed off a little marker for myself, and I've nicked a little heart token from One Deck Dungeon to use on the card there. Right, let's get it set up. So this game by Emmanuel Aquin, hope I've pronounced that right, is a variant of Zombie in My Pocket by Jeremiah Lee. So thank you, Emmanuel, for doing this. This is another cracking game. The rule book is actually 28 pages long, so rather than print that out, I've put it on my iPad, so we can reference it that way. So what's this game about? Well, it's set at the time of D-Day, and it's the night before June the 6th, 1944, during Operation Neptune. And thousands of enemy troops were parachuted into enemy territory to prepare the Normandy landings. And as it says in the introduction, as paratroopers are fond to say, when Hitler built his famed Atlantic Wall, he forgot to install a roof. During that critical night, amid the flashes of German anti-aircraft fire, many paratroopers were scattered a long way from their drop zones, as their planes were either destroyed or unable to reach their drop points. And you are among those troopers. But as luck turns out, the winds have blown you directly where you are needed the most. As you were descending, you discovered a terrible sight. The Germans have installed 2 24-centimetre Schiff's Cannon L50 guns in a hidden bunker. Those cannons are set to fire at the beaches of Normandy. You alone can stop them from killing the Allied troops. During your jump, you lost your equipment bag, which contained all your necessary gear. The only thing you have left is your trusted Colt pistol and your ingenuity. As you fold your parachute, you look at your watch. It is 0700 hours. The landings are starting. Will you have time to sabotage the German battery before they decimate your comrades? All you need are some explosives. This game, by the way, is another easy to play game, and it is good fun, but it's also, I would think, a great introduction to youngsters as well as grown-ups to the fascinating world of wargaming, or indeed gaming. Here we go then. The first thing we do is to lay down the drop zone. This is where we've jumped out the Dakota and we've landed. And there we are. And all we have is our Colt M1911 pistol, which has a power of 1, and you'll see what that's all about very shortly. And the idea is for us to explore, laying down location tiles, and we're looking for the ammo dump. And you can see there it says resolve extra event to obtain explosives, because we have to fulfill those conditions to get our explosives to blow up the guns. And you'll see about event cards very shortly. The other tile we're looking for is the bunker door. And this is the entrance, of course, to the bunker where the guns are. So we shuffle those into the outside locations. There we are. Pop those there for a moment. When we're inside the bunker, we'll be looking for this, gun control. And again it says resolve extra event to sabotage guns. We do that, we can place the explosives on that tile to blow the guns up. And that gets shuffled into the inside locations. But we keep this one out, because when we find the bunker door, we put this tile down straight away. There we go. And we'll pop that on top just to remind us. Here's our little tracker. Here is where we keep note of our health. Of course, we get down to 0, we're dead. And if the time gets down to 1000 hours, we're dead. We start with 6 health. And it is 0700 hours. The last thing we do is to shuffle the 10 cards of the event deck. These will determine what happens throughout our travels. There we go. And then we immediately discard 2 of them. So there's only 8. We get through this deck, that's when we move down the timer. Let's move those across there. Pop the deck there. Right, I think we're ready. So when you play this, you'll obviously give yourselves a bit more room. But normally, we've got 3 ways to go. So I think we'll start going this way. What do we get? Panzer. -1 health if end turn here. Let's see, I think the rationale behind that is, if you're loitering about, this is going to take a pot shot at you. So we move into that location. Every time we move into a location, whether or not it's a newly revealed one or we're retracing our steps, we have to take an event card. The only time we don't do that is when we're evading enemies. And as I say, we'll show you that when it happens. So we take an event card and we're looking, because we're on the outside, we're looking on this part here. When we get into the bunker, we'll use this. And this one, when we set the explosives, all hell breaks loose. And every event will be a red alert, and that's tough. But for now we're here, and it's a good one. We've got the car rifle, so we can pick that up for nothing. And there she is, the car 98K. It's got a power of 2, so it's much better than our Colt pistol. We can carry a maximum of 2 items. However, some items are known as free, and you can carry those without adding to the burden. There are some others that are used in the advanced game. So, we've drawn our event card, we've picked our rifle up, that's the end of the turn. At the end of a turn, if health is getting a bit low, you can rest. That means discarding one of those, and we get 3 health for that. You can discard up to 3 cards every time you rest. And so you can get a maximum of 9 health points back, which sounds great, but you're going to get through that deck like nobody's business. And as I say, every time that gets to the bottom, we reshuffle it and we move down the timer. So, we didn't meet any enemies, but we're ending the turn. I don't think we'll rest, but we're going to have 1 health taken away, because that's what it says on the tile there. So there we are. And now we can move on. I think we'll try another one this way. What is it? Remember, we're looking for the ammo dump. Barbed wire. Can't evade combat. So we can't run away. If it's combat, we have to stand and fight. So on we go. We take another card. Ah. Allied planes fly over your head. So nothing happens. Let me move this along a little bit. And we'll carry on down here. Aha! The ammo dump. Lovely. Resolve extra event to obtain explosives. So, as you've seen, every time we move on to a location, we have to resolve an event, but we have to do 2 to get the explosives. So, I think we'll pop it that way. And we'll move round. First event. You discover an item in a parked motorcycle. Now, as you can see on the cards, there's items. If we want to take advantage of this, what we have to do is discard a card, and on that card is going to be the item we get. Do we need to do that? I'll tell you what, let's do it to show you what happens. So we discard this card, but look on it and we can... Oh! We get the MP34 submachine gun. Power of 2, so it's the same as the car, but against paratroopers, it's 3. And when we have combat, we can choose which weapon we want to use, so that's good. There it is. Got to watch it now, we've got our 2 items. Any more we have to discard. So, second event. Oh, here we go. 4 SS soldiers yell at you. Now, combat is very simple in this game. We take the number of the enemy, which, as you've just seen, is 4, minus off the power of the weapon, and that's the amount of damage you take. So it doesn't matter which one of these. They aren't paras, so we can't use this power. So 2. We could evade. Now, evading means we move back into a previously revealed location, and as we do so, the enemy take a pot shot and get just 1 damage onto you. Problem with this is we need to resolve 2 consecutive events. So if we evade and move out, we have to move back in again to do 2 events to get our explosives. So we'll have to sort of grin and bear it. So it's 4 soldiers. We'll use the car, doesn't matter. So we take 2 hits. Also on here, you can see there's like a little ammo pouch on some of the enemies. You'll see this. This means that if you discard another card, it's just like picking up an item. You can discard a card and get the item. But there we are, we're not going to do that. So, that's our 2 events, and here we are. Here's the explosives. I think what we will do though is rest here. You can rest at the end of the turn, which this is. On these sort of cards, if you have to do 2 events, you can't rest in between the events. You have to wait until you complete both events before you can rest. So I think we will rest. We have to discard a card, but we get 3 health back. Right, onwards, looking for the bunker door. So we'll move up here. Oh no, it's a dead end. Supply truck may draw an extra card for items. So it's the same sort of thing. We can discard a card and get the item. But no, we're going to be running low on cards. So we move into there, take an event, and it is 3 paratroopers ambush you. You can't evade this combat. So we couldn't run away, which would have been handy. So we've got to stand and face them, but we've got the MP34, which has a power of 3 against paras. There are 3 paras. 3 minus 3 is 0. We take no damage. So we've got to backtrack now. And that's the problem. We're using up cards because every time we move into a location we have to take an event card. You eat a D-ration chocolate bar, +1 health. Well, that's not so bad. But we're out of cards. So the timer moves down. We shuffle all 10 cards again without dropping them. Oh, that wasn't very good. There we are. And immediately discard 2 of them. And we're off again. Back to the barbed wire. We can't evade combat here. So that's nasty. 3 infantrymen on a tracked motorcycle block your way. There's the pouch again for an item. We could evade back here and take just 1 damage, but that means coming all the way up here. But looking at the maths, we've got a power of 2. There are 3 infantrymen, so we're going to take 1 hit anyway, so we may as well stay where we are and take the hit. We're not going to search them and discard a card because we haven't found the doors yet. So we move on to here. This is going to be -1 health when we end the turn. Let's see. A shell explodes nearby. -1 health. Great. Plus another -1 because we've ended the turn there. So we move back to where we started from, the drop zone. Might have a rest in a minute. You find a car 98. No, we got one. Thank you. No, thank you. You can only have 1 of each as well. So I think, shall we rest? Let's move on. I'm going to move here. What am I doing? Here we are. Hospital. Only a couple of tiles left. But we do get a +1 health when we end our turn on here. 4 infantrymen fire at you. So we'll push on because it's 2. There are 4 infantrymen. So that's 2 hits. 1, 2. That's the end of the turn. So we get a +1 health. And I think we will rest and get another 3. Right. On we go. Ha-ha! At last, the bunker door. So we move on to the bunker door. And as I said earlier, the entrance is placed down immediately as the first inside location. Right, what do we get? We're still on the outside. 3 paratroopers ambush you. You cannot evade this combat, but I'm not in the least bit worried because I've got my MP34, which is 3 against paras, and there are 3 of them, so that's the last of them. Okay, we move in. We'll now be using the inside part of the event card, and we've got to find this gun control room as soon as possible because you'll find there's not many cards left. So, what do we get? Oh dear. You come face to face with 4 infantrymen. There's not a lot we can do about that. We could again evade, but no, let's push forward. So 2, doesn't matter which one we use. We've got 2 there, 4 4 infantrymen. So that's 2. We'll take a chance and move on. We'll move here. We're on the inside now. Infirmary. +1 health if end turn here. So I'll have to do it this way. There we go. Event card. Last one. You locate some hot food +1 health. Well, that's handy. But we've got to shuffle these again. All 10 of them. Ooh, come here. And discard 2. And look, We can only go through that pack one more time. We've got to find the gun control room. We've got to do 2 events, got to blow up the guns and escape. And we have to escape back to the bunker door. Okay, I've just realised we can't see what's up there. Sorry about that. So the infirmary says +1 health if end turn here. There we go. Right, moving on. Armory. Oh no. May resolve extra event for Panzerfaust. But that's a dead end. So what's the event? 4 paratroopers assault you from behind. You can't evade this combat. So we've got to fight. We're going to take 2. And we try the infirmary again. You come face to face with 4 infantrymen. Oh, again. 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Oh, we're getting dangerously low. We are in the infirmary. That's the end of the turn, so we get a +1. We've got to rest. 1, 2, 3. Fingers crossed. We're moving up here. Storage. We'll put it round that way so we can join on to here. So in we go. Locate some hot food, +1 on your health. Moving here. Oh, let me move that up a bit more. Oh, thank goodness. Gun control. So we'll put that there. And we can run down here. We've only got to get to here, but look, we've only got a few cards left. So again, like the ammo dump, we've got to resolve 2 events. Might just do it. 5 SS soldiers fire at you. Right, but we've got to resolve these to get a chance to place the explosives. So we're going to take 3. That's what we get. That's paras though. So 3. 1, 2, 3. Second event. Come on. Inside you're attacked by 3 infantrymen with bayonets. If you lose health fighting them, you lose an arm and can carry 1 less item permanently. It doesn't affect the free items, the Colt, pistol and the explosives, because we sort of stuffed them into pockets, but it does mean we're going to lose one of these down here because we are going to take damage. We're going to take 1 damage and we'll lose the car. But we get our 2 events out the way. We can now place the explosives up in the gun control room. Now, as I say, all hell breaks loose. Bells start ringing, alarms, people shouting in German, running about. So we've got to get out. It is now red alert, and we could, if we wanted to, on our tracker, put a little marker to say, see, I should put 1, I can only carry 1 item, but I tend to remember there's 1 for red alert and 1 when your weapon jams. But I think we know now, and just to show you from one of the discards, everything is going to be red alert inside and out, and they're nasty. So we're off. And we must remember now to use a little trick of evading so we can move along quick without getting too much damage. Look, we're down to 3. Here we go. 4, no, well, this one. Oh, while running you lose an item, but not your starting weapon. Oh no, we've lost the blooming submachine gun. But we're here, and if we can survive this, we've done it. 1 card left, look. Weapon jam. During your next combat, your most powerful weapon doesn't work. Use another one. Weapon is fixed after combat. Doesn't matter. Look at that. Crikey, we've just done it. Oh, no cards left. We got out to the bunker door. We blew up the guns. And now we go back for a nice cup of tea. Wow, that was exciting. That was good fun. Now, normally I'd say, well, thanks for watching. But no, I'm a glutton for punishment. You'd think I'd walk away with my head held high, with a win under my belt. But no, what I'm going to do now is set it up again and do a playthrough using the advanced rules. Will it all end in tears? Probably. We'll see in a bit. Okay, here we go. The advanced rules. Now, I think I was lucky last time, so don't expect me to be successful. But it starts, as per normal, with the drop zone. And unlike the basic rules, where we only have to get back to the bunker door location, this time we have to get back to the drop zone. So you will need a little bit more downloading. Let me just zoom out a bit. You'll need, as before, the basic equipment cards, the event cards of course, and the location cards. And the little tracker. But you'll need, to make it easier to play, you'll need the advanced equipment tiles. And if you want, you can download these as well. It is the special operative deck. And you can become one of these characters: the gunner, the pilot, the resistant, the red devil, the commando, the mixed unit, the spy, the screaming eagle, the pathfinder, or the engineer. Each have got skills, strengths and weaknesses. Some have special weapons. So we'll be using those as well. When you do the advanced rules, not only do you have to blow the guns up as per normal, but you are given a second objective which you have to fulfill. And they advise you to do that before you go after the guns, because as you saw before, once you put the explosive in the gun room, you're on red alert. So you want to get your second objective out of the way. And for that, you can download a couple of cards which will tell you, you can put a little marker on it to tell you which one you're going after. Because like me, you tend to forget. One for the inside locations, one for the outside locations. I shall also be using one of the expansions, just for the heck of it, Kurahi. And what this is a little mini game that adds on to it, and it charts the course of you dropping out of your airplane to the landing zone, to the drop zone. So there's more cards to print, see what I mean? And these, just like the event deck, have 3 sections and a sort of item. So when you're in the plane, you look at this. When you're jumping, you look at that. And when you're landing, you look at that. But you can push your luck. So if you turn over a plane section here and you don't like the look of it, you can ignore it and pick another one. But once these have gone, you are no more. So we'll be using that. Okay, let's get set up. Right, before we get on the plane, let's see which special operative we are. There we go. And we are the spy. OSS. +1 power when inside. That's all right. But I can't use the flamethrower or the Panzerfaust. Okay. We're the spy. Here we go then. We get on the plane. We shuffle the parachute event deck. And then we discard 4. And you may have noticed that we start on 7 health, which doesn't bode well. So let's see. We're going to be using the top part first of the card. If we get through the deck, we're dead. What we got? Red light, you may jump at -2 health. Now this is the push your luck bit. No. Let's try another one. You may jump at -1 health. Yeah, I think let's do that one, because I've played this a couple of times and it doesn't end well. So we've jumped. Now we're looking on the jump part of the card. Spotted by the enemy. You may land at -2 health. No, thank you. Oh. Strong winds, you may land at -1 health. I've only got a couple of cards left. Yes, we're going to have to do that. So -1, land. Do we land safely on the drop zone? Look at that, you find some gasoline. Begin the game. Right. Problem is, I can't use the flamethrower. But I think I can use the gasoline to evade 1 combat. Yes, there we go. So we've got that. So we land safely with 1 card left. It's 700 hours. And we're ready to start the game. And I'm down a life. There we are. I've spun round the drop zone so we can sort of move up round here. Might be a bit more room for us. But while they're here, we'll give them a shuffle. And this time, if I'm reading right, because we're doing the advanced rules, we only discard 1 card. I suppose to give us a bit of a chance. Here's the locations. Give them a mix. There we go. Pop those there. Here's the inside. Pop those there and put that on the top. There we are. Here's our spy. Remember, we get a +1 to our power when we're inside. Now, it doesn't specify a weapon, so we're back to our trusty Colt. And also, not forgetting the nigh useless gasoline we got, because we can't use the flamethrower. Just move that bit, move that there, I think. Right. Now, as I said, we have to do a secondary mission. And the location of that is taken from the first event card we pick. So, without further ado, let's get going. I'll move this way. Barbed wire. Can't evade. So let's see what we get. Oh, we find the old rifle, the KAR 98K rifle. Handy. There we are. Power of 2. Now, down the bottom here of this card, it's got storage. That's our secondary objective. And to remind us, we'll pop that on there. Oh, I think I've got the wrong one. Yep, there we are, it's inside, which makes it worse. We find this special pistol, which, as you can see, against paratroopers it's 2, against SS it's 3, and 4 against infantry. So that'll be handy. Yes, it says in the rules, recover a high standard HDM .22, a silencer pistol the Germans stole from an OSS agent, so it's quite apt he's going to try and get it back. This weapon is a free item, does not count towards your 2-item limit, and cannot be dropped or lost. All we've got to do now is find it. Moving on, I think we'll chance one more going this way. Ah, the ammo dump, so we'll go up here, look. Good. Finding that early and the bunker door is quite important. Right, 2 events. 4 SS soldiers yell at you. Well, we can't evade because, as you know by now, we've got to do 2 events. And if we move out, move in again, we've got to do 2 more. So we're going to have to take... We've got a power of 2 from the rifle. So we're going to take 2. 1, 2. And the second one, a shell explodes nearby. -1 health. Not good. But we've got the explosives. And I think we'll rest. So we discard another card and get 3 back. 1, 2, 3. And we move on. Trying to find the bunker doors. No, we find a Panzer. So that's -1 health when we end our turn there. Oh dear, 4 infantrymen fire at you again. Don't want to evade, we've got to push on. So that's going to be 2 damage because of this. 1, 2. And another one because we've ended our turn there. This is a dodgy location because if we rest, we're only going to get 2 health back. But if we move on, we could well come a cropper. So... let's see. Not sure which way we're going yet. Let's see what the tile is. Oh, it's the field hospital. Okay. Well, let's put it there. Or actually that way round. So this becomes a dead end. Let's be lucky. 3 infantrymen on a tracked motorcycle block your way. Well, we're going to have to evade, and we're going to have to use our gasoline, so that means we can evade without losing a point. But we lose a point because we end our turn here. See, not good at all. I think that's how it works. Right, we move back and hope for a nice card. You eat a D ration, +1 health, plus another one because we end our turn there. +1 health, and I think we'll rest 1, 2, 3, and then plus the 1 for here. So we were here, weren't we? So it's +1, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Discard that. Okay, moving on. That's the only way we can go. Oh, half track. Infantry and SS soldiers are +2 here. You hear gunfire in the distance. Excellent. Oh, I've got to move through. There we go. But we're out of event cards, so we shuffle the 10 again. And discard 1. And we move on. Let's go this way. So... would you believe it? It's at the bottom again. So, supply truck. We may discard... oh, I forgot to, as always, move that down. We can discard and find an item, but no, this is getting a little daft. So what's the event? 4 infantrymen fire at you. Well, we're going to evade because there's no point staying there. So we lose just 1 point. And we move up. And look, oh look, it's the bunker door. So. And that goes on there. Right, we take a card. You hear gunfire in the distance. We're still outside. Let's move this up. I'll have a shivvy round and then so we can see what's going on up there. Back in a sec. There we are, that's better. Just to remind us, we're going to get a +1 when we move inside, and we need to find the storage. So here we go. Might have to move these in a minute. What we got? Inside now, 4 paratroopers stand before you. Right, we could evade, but we've got to push on. So we'll take the 2 hits. We've got our rifle. So 4 minus 2 is 2. Let's move those out of the way. Remember, we're looking for the storage. Oh, hold on, I forgot about that. +1. It's only 1 hit. Don't forget. Okay, let's move on. Oh, it's the storage. So, let's... Should we take a chance and move it there? Or shall we move it there? All right, let's take a chance. We're moving in. And the event is, you spot an item in a crate. No thank you. But we do get the old silenced pistol there. Look at that. It's a free item. What I'll do is I'll move that along and pop that there to remind us we've got it. So that's the secondary mission complete. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens this side. It's the radio room. Luckily that goes in there. We've got to find this gun control pretty quick. Oh, cracky. You're attacked by 3 infantrymen with bayonets. If you lose health fighting them, you lose an arm and can carry 1 less item permanently. But I think we're going to be okay because that gives us 4 against infantry plus our +1. So that's 5 minus 3. Yes, we eliminate them without any problems. Let's move on. Oh, here it is. Gun control. Doesn't make much. Yeah, put it like that. So again, 2 events to place the explosives. First event. You come face to face with 4 infantrymen. But that's all right because we've got our silenced pistol. That gives us 4 plus 1 for being inside 5. 5 minus 4. Yeah, or 4 minus 5. No problem. Second one. Oh, you trip and make noise as you fall. Resolve another card. So this is the second event. 5 SS soldiers fire at you. SS is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So we're going to take the hit. So we can now place the explosives. And the bells start ringing. Here we go. We've now got to try and get all the way back to the drop zone. And we're on red alert. And we're getting near the end of the deck. Oh, you recover a grenade from a dead soldier. Nice. There we are. Now that's a free item. That's a free item. So we've still only got the 2. So that's good. Moving on. Back to the storage. Last card. 4 SS soldiers surprise you, but we've got a power of 3 with the pistol, and again plus the 1, so that's 4, and there are 4 of them, so we eliminate them. We've got to shuffle the deck. So this is where evading is going to come into helping. Should have been evading already, because it saves you time. Take one of those away. Oh, left one out. Hold on, let me do that again. There we go. Discard. Move the timer. Must remember to evade. Yes, I've got to take a card, I think. 4 SS soldiers surprise you. Thing is, we're not too hot on the old health, but we're going to be okay because we've got 3 from the pistol and we're still inside. We eliminate them. We've got to get back down to here. So I think we'll rest and then we'll try and evade. I keep forgetting to evade. 1, 2, 3. So we move out. Red alert still. 5 paratroopers wait with you. What? 5 paratroopers wait for you with their guns drawn. No, we're going to evade. That's 1. Now we move here. 6 infantrymen fire at you from a machine gun nest. I don't think so. We evade. See how handy evading is? So let's move that down a little bit more. We have to lose 1 because we ended our turn there. So we move here. While running you lose an item but not your starting weapon. Ooh. It's got to be the grenade because we can't lose the other one. Okay. You were hit by shrapnel, -1 health. Oh, let me move. Can you see that all right? -1 health, we're at 2. Let me move that down here. We're nearly finished. We're at 2. I think we'll rest. 1, 2, 3. And we just need to resolve this. You recover a grenade from a dead soldier again. Well, we don't need it because we're back at the drop zone and crikey, we've made it. Oh, hope I played that all right. It is harder and we were a little lucky with the cards and the tiles, so that's what it's all about. Next time you play it, you'll get only halfway through. So, that is Airborne in my pocket with the advanced rules. So there we are, mega playthrough of Airborne in my pocket. So you can now see what it's all about, and if you want to do the print and play version, you can sort of see what's involved, how much you've got to download. You can just download the basic files, print those off and see how you get on with it, and then add the others as you go along. Or, as I said right at the beginning, there is now a retail version of this called Airborne in Your Pocket, which has, I think, most of the stuff we've been talking about today already done for you. So as I say, I'll leave the links to the print and play version and the retail version in the description. Hope you enjoyed that. Another good little game, good fun, easy to learn, and there are multiplayer rules included. So if you have enjoyed it, please subscribe. Push the like button of the video. The bell, if you push that, will tell you when I upload other videos. Leave a comment, because as I always say, playing these games and videoing them is, for me anyway, quite a challenge. Or just to say you've enjoyed it. That'll be nice. And share. All these things help the little channel. One last thing, if you really like what I do, you can now show your appreciation by buying me a coffee. It doesn't cost much. And believe me, it all goes towards helping the channel to keep uploading content. So this has been a playthrough of Airborne in my pocket, the basic and advanced rules by Emmanuel Aquin. So, till the next time, you take care, be safe, and goodbye.